Wasn't me.
When you look in the guide to safe scouting, it's something like this, two sides, and it's gonna tell you what can be done for your age group. Let's see, chainsaws, sorry. Chainsaws. Okay, but there are things that ventures can do and nobody else can. Saw a lot of that at National Jamboree. Okay, it's there. If you've got questions, you can look it up. We've already heard with this new program that we have leaders that are saying, well, this is the way we've always done it. Or we'll just do the important things. No. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We will follow the guide. You have to remember that if you don't follow it, you can lose the protection from our insurance. You can lose your charter. You could be out of scouting. I'll leave you with a couple examples. One of them, before the bankruptcy, a troop was traveling. They stopped to relieve themselves. Off to the side over here, across the road. That hit that car and was killed. What they're talking about is serious. It has happened. Another one has happened after the bankruptcy. Parents took young'uns. Maybe they were older cubs, maybe they were younger scouts, to the rifle range at the scout camp. They brought pistols and high velocity rifles. None are allowed in scouting. One of the young'uns picked up the rifle, dropped it, discharged it, and killed his scout buddy. Folks, if you violate the guide to safe scouting and something like that happens, one, the insurance company can say, sorry, that was not one of the covered policies that you can do. You're not covered. And scouts are gonna say, don't look at us. So, take away. Get it, read it, follow it. We have to make a change in this. And watch those scouts. You may think that they're doing something, but sometimes they got squirrels for brains and heading off in a different direction. Let's remember, what are we doing as the adult leaders? We're driving them. We're paying for the stuff that they need to have. We brought the checkbook. We're keeping them safe. So your head's on a swivel. You've got to be watching them all the time. In regards to that insurance contract, I was an insurance agent. You do not want to give your insurance company an excuse not to cover your claim. Violated, claim. They're going to say, fine print, sorry, not covered. Okay, so be prepared, be safe. Next month, we're going to talk about accident reporting and close calls. Short and sweet, folks. I hope you take it away and use it.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
Back to follow. All right. So
Do
let's
it safely.
yeah. Before we have some news from National, I wanted to ask Hillary a question. Hey, Hillary.
Hey, Matt.
Did you know that elephants are excellent hiders in trees? You did? That's amazing. Well, I thought they were so good. How do other people know? Anyways, did you know how they hide in cherry trees?
I don't.
They paint their toenails red. Do you know what the loudest noise in the forest is? Giraffe trying to eat cherries. All right, let's go ahead and give a hand for Donna, who's gonna give us information about that.
Please, Donna, save us, Donna.
Great, how many of you have that blue Cub Scout flyer? Okay. So the big news from National just a week ago was about Cub Scout camping, and that's on that top section for you. So it's really important that you realize that though last spring we heard that Cub camping could only be for one night, it is now 2 consecutive nights. So hallelujah! Thank you. You guys can do 2 nights
How often?
every month.
So they're actually junior Boy Scouts. They're junior scouts.
Scout, this is Cub Scouts.
I understand.
What do you mean junior? Boy
Well,
Scouts?
scouts go camping once a month, often,
Yeah, Boy Scouts are different. This is just Cub Scouts.
understand, but the Cubs can now go camping every month too.
They always did.
Okay.
What they were saying is that we all interpret it as 2 nights, but National came out and said 1 night.
Okay.
But it is now okay to do 2 nights. But you have to follow what's on here, so you still need your blue trained person to go. Okay, but it's 2 nights, but everything else on here is just, you know, good info for you to know. How many of you are aware of the fee change? Okay, awesome. So,
The medical complaints that can't be in the future.
so starting August 1st, the fee structure has changed. And I will just note that, some people had heard early on that it was gonna go up $24. It was gonna be $100 a scout. So there was a lot of pushback from that. And the big issue about these fee changes and the increases is due to the bankruptcy. There was a point when the scouting program almost died. It almost wasn't here. So nationally, they knew they were that close from this program not existing. We are very happy to be here. And unfortunately, there are big bills from the national office due to the lawyers and all of the fees that go along with trying to keep us out of the dumps. So it's 412 million. That is the big fee that the national board needs to start working on. Luckily, there are people who are smart enough to say, please don't put it all on the backs of the scouts. We can't do it. And so there are members on the board, the national board, who are making an effort to go out nationally to all of their friends. There are people who do have bigger pockets to help us decrease this amount, but it is gonna be a challenge. So I am happy to say that instead of being $100, it is now only $80. So we went up $5. So this white sheet has the new structure. The other big change is that we cannot prorate anymore. So if anyone comes and they're signing up, it's $80 for the year. So the whole big shift now is going to be come January, our units are still gonna recharter in January of 2024 normally. But what's gonna happen after that is that our council, because we are a January recharter, everyone who has paid, say in September of this year, will now have to pay an annual subscription, and it won't be part of the charter. So I know that's kind of complicated, and if we need to do this, you know, later and kind of help us sort through it. So we don't have a lot of information from National on how that's gonna look. Celia is in the front line, and she reads daily what's going on and the other registrars, and we're still waiting for National to come up with the best system. We love feedback from you all in the field. So you will start to see a year out from now, if anyone's new, you'll start to notice 2 months prior to when they signed up. So if they were September or August, June, they're gonna start, the parents will start receiving an email from National Time to Review, just as YPT. What it's all gonna look like, we just don't know yet. So I just say, let us know what's working, what's not working, so that we can share that with each other. when it comes to your budget, especially with our packs, you're gonna have to charge that full $80 plus that one-time $25 fee. And same with the scouts. Anything else, Stephens?
Just think of Amazon Prime. It's now gonna be a Prime membership and an opt-out membership. So if you throw your card online, it'll auto renew unless it's a change of card and stuff like that, so. Just feedback, please.
Feedback is what we need.
And all the feedback you got at camp, the bitching, yelling, everything, just,
You already heard it, you knew it was.
yeah. But that needs to come back to.
We all talked about, put your kid in soccer for $300, your kid in scouts for 80, so go away.
Also, as I understand it, it's an option where units can opt to cover the costs instead of having individuals even leave it on their own.
That is true.
But as far as I know, it's still a rolling.
It's still a rolling thing, it still has to be paid on or before the anniversary of the renewal, so it'll be several different payments at different times over the course of the year. But if you have a unit that is fundraising in excess of the cost of their own operation, offsetting the cost of registration, and that might be a way of logistics of that, instead of trying to have families pay it on their own. The back of the bank. If that makes sense.
The other item too that went up, so adult leaders are now at $60. And anyone who wants to be a merit badge counselor, just on their own, so they're not associated with a unit, they're not a paid registrar, a registered leader. They just want to be a merit badge counselor, it's $25, and that's going for the background check. And so those people would register as a merit badge counselor with our district. That's where we put the registrations. Okay, I think, yes, Chuck.
And if they get their renewal and they're tardy at renewing, how much of a tardy period do they have?
Very good,
What
yeah, go ahead,
happens if-
Celia.
1 month. There will be a lapse period of 1 month. If it's not paid within that 1 month lapse period, their membership will drop and they will have to fill out a new application.
So that's a big bummer, because I hear parents don't want to fill out another application. They'll be dropped for scout work. And that can affect the youth trying to advance. So we need to be on top of it.
It's 25 per year.
So I have a quick question as well. I didn't hear this get brought up, but are people going to receive a reminder like 30 days before, like at the 11-month mark or something?
Yeah, 60 days before. The key three and the parents will receive a message starting 60 days prior. The thing is, if you guys know that someone's emails changed, you've got to let Celia or Judy know so that National's sending the message to the right place. Is that good, Adam?
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also,
Sorry, with that, so we're able to opt into the pack pays or for them, is there an option that we actually select that and then the email will tell them that the pack is paid? Or are we going to have a chance that they pay, we paid, now we've got to reimburse parents for paying?
Great question.
We don't know the exact answer, but I have the frequently asked questions. It says the unit will have the option to change the setting in My.Scouting, which will tell the system that member renewals are due and the unit will pay for it.
Okay, want to say that one more time real loud?
According to this, the unit will have an option to go into My.Scouting and say the unit will pay registrations. We have not yet received detailed instructions from National on this, but this is the latest information I have.
Yeah.
I'll just make a comment. This is a moving target. So please, that's why feedback to the council is imperative. Because we come back to the board, we can bring it back to Lynn, Lynn can bring that back because this is all as we go along. We're gonna figure it out, we're gonna do it, and Don and I are firm belief that a year from now, this will be different.
Yep, absolutely. You know, and right now we still have paper applications, so it's not asking for a credit card on that. So I'm not sure if that's just the online portion of how it's all gonna look.
It's
Yeah,
coming.
so I have a quick question from your pocket.
Yeah.
Has National come out with like any other payment options as far as like instead of this annual, like can we do it quarterly, can we do it semi-annual?
I'll break that up, or is it just?
Not yet, but that's the kind of questions or statements.
But that would be great to bring back payment plans like during South Prime membership.
Or just like, hey, let's say
$12
someone's
a
gotta
month.
make a decision between, hey, I gotta make a mortgage payment this month, or I gotta put my kids in scouting for a year. Things of that nature, I just kind of made my head like, if we gave them more options, like, hey, I can make this membership payment quarterly, or I can make this payment.
Our pack has discussed that too. And
Our pack is planning on being package approach, specifically so that if we have families in that situation, we have the flexibility within our budget to offer them that at a good level.
I see. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
smart.
The other thing that this doesn't address is a PAC, for example, has other fees. The troop has other fees, dues for them. That's fully separate. It's not collected. So as a unit, because the fact that I'm now COR of, we're making decisions on how to do that. So we're creating two billing. We're going to do that at $100 for registration right away, and then the separate part after.
I've got a question from Erin. Welcome, Erin. So good to have you here. She is with PAC 90. And her question is about how will registering new scouts work? Will we still collect the application, and how will payment work for new scouts? Where there'll be a website to pay if you collect the payments. So everything is still the same. You're still gonna collect it just as you've done in the past. I think where the subscription comes in is if they register online. So when they register online, that is through viascout.org. And remember, all of the units have an option to shut off online application. So if you don't want that, you can shut that off. So I could do it, Celia can do it with your permission, and then E3 should have an option.
The thing to remember is when you do your paper app, the email that they choose, you need to make sure that they check it. Because to answer that question, people's emails change. And so say, what's the most common used email that you will always have access to? Because if they give you a work email, that could change month.
I think the bottom line with all this is, for now, the process is the same. The only thing that's changing immediately is the numerical amount of money you're paying. They have specifically said that recharters through the end of February will be the same procedure as we have done. Starting in March, which does not affect anyone in this council, it will go to the new system because they realize that it's going to take a while to kind of roll this out and get it all in place. So for now, carry on as you always have done. If you've got questions, give us a call.
And, I think a nice segue into trying to help pay for all this is popcorn. So would Celia come up and talk for a few minutes on popcorn?
We got the dance again. That's that. We don't think about a public fair.
All right, hopefully everybody has picked up all these important flyers. This lovely yellow one gives you all the important dates. The first thing you need to know is popcorn orientation meeting is here on Saturday or via Zoom. You can't get here on Saturday.
Is it gonna be recorded? Those of us that we have.
Yes.
That would be a good idea.
Yes, yes.
Will be.
Thank you.
So that will hopefully answer all your questions about how to order popcorn, how to sell popcorn, how to have a successful sale. And we really want everyone to have a successful sale, and we have put together a few extra prizes this year from the council. You know that your order sheets have prizes for the individual scouts that they can pick. We'll go over all that on Saturday, but this year we have a challenge, the green sheet. So the top selling scout, the number one selling scout, will earn for their unit a pizza party and a first aid kit and a custom designed 2x3 foot vinyl banner with grommets. Example on the wall over there, but it can be whatever design you want. Okay, so that's the number one selling scout will get that for their unit. And the second highest scout will get the first aid kit and the banner. The third highest selling scout will get the banner. In addition, our scout executive, Lynn Gunter, any scout or Carbon, I really want to see a Lion Cup, who sells a minimum of $3,000 worth of popcorn, gets a very special edition council tote patch with a sturgeon on it, and a fishing trip to catch sturgeon, apparently at somewhere where you're almost guaranteed to catch something. This is a lovely bit of the any scout that sells a minimum of $3,000 worth of popcorn will get that. So get out there and sell. Come on Saturday, you'll see, they'll probably have samples of the popcorn. And I know the people from the popcorn company will be doing a presentation. Any questions, the experts, and we're gonna have a good sale.
Okay. So not to just be all point of order and the other A word that I'm not going to say. I'd like to have a little bit of skills added to this course. So I'd like to start, if RD wouldn't mind, could we have the outdoor code?
Don't go outside and be stupid. I think you're familiar with the outdoor code.
That's like the safety.
Yeah. So the way to remember the outdoor code is you want to be clean, careful, considerate, and conservation. Those are the 4 C's, okay? So scout sign and say, as an American, I will do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, to be careful with fire, to be considerate in the outdoors, and to be conservation minded.
Thank you, Eddie.
Has a shirt with that on it.
What?
Scout shop has a shirt with that on it.
There it is.
Yeah, to sell the stupid one.
If you have already signed up to sell popcorn, or you sign up tonight with me over there, you get a raffle ticket to win a first aid kit.
So to add to the outdoor code, I wanted to let you know about someone that I met up in McCall this weekend. He's known as the Lorax. And he was this funny little guy and, you know, weird mustache and man, you had to be there. Anyways, he taught me that there are 7 points to the Leave No Trace guidelines. And if you want to join me with your hands, I'll show you exactly what those points are. Point 1 is to know before you go, as if you're thinking and planning or looking at a map. Number 2, you are going to walk on durable terrain. Number 3, and this is always a fun one, this is a little shovel to make a cat hole. This is proper disposal of waste. Number 4 is leave what you find, take only pictures and memories. Number 5 is proper fire management. Number 6, be kind to the outdoor animals. And number 7, we've got Cub Scouts, we've got hippies, you don't know, and then you have the regular folks. So be kind to other visitors. So thank you for indulging me on the Leave No Trace guidelines. As we're moving into this school year, there are going to be a number of events that are happening. And while you know about the popcorn orientation on August 10th, there's also the Scout Night for the Boise Hawks. So baseball games, discounted prices, chance to have that popcorn and have fun outdoors. There's also on the 8th and 10th, and this is primarily for venturing or scouts that are age 14 and up, there is the rendezvous. You'll see this on the flyers if you haven't seen it already. Tentatively, on the 14th of October, this is not on your list, is leader position specific training for Cubs. This is an opportunity for council members, assistant Cub masters, and even den leaders to get some really, really good training. I've been doing it for the past 4 years at the point, and it is always a great experience. And also, it's not conflicting with any other events yet, so if you have a chance, that is the 14th of October tentatively.
So that would be instead of the 23rd of September, what it says here.
We're hoping to
boy.
combine them. I've asked Ron to combine the two
Oh my,
and talk, but I haven't heard from him yet.
okay, that was the last I got from Christina.
That's like 10-4, it's 10-14.
Okay.
Thankfully, on the 14th there's an eclipse.
Ah,
That would potentially be it.
That's amazing.
well, okay. And the other major event that's coming in the early fall is the Scouting for Food. Usually coincides with
The
parade.
lights are there.
Yep, the Veterans Day weekend.
They're allowed.
All right, so when we are diving into the school season, we're going to be looking at a lot of opportunities to recruit. And I know that there are a number of schools that are underrepresented throughout the valley. One of our goals this year is to try to make sure that every Cub unit knows what schools they are assigned to, so that they know where they can also recruit. How many Cub units here are here today? Can you raise your hand? Okay, how many of you know that you have more than one school assigned to you? Okay, you know all of them. Okay, a little fewer. That's a challenge, and we want to make sure that there's a chance not only to put up signs, but also, if possible, do an in-person event to make sure that those kids have a chance for recruiting. And if the troops are available to support that, even better. We have street signs, which, although it's very low tech, has had a lot of impact. Even the most basic of advertisement can make a difference when you're trying to recruit. So keep that in mind. And there are a whole lot available. Yes, go ahead.
I was gonna suggest if anybody doesn't do it, bring a piece of paper that has the categories of, you know, like the name, phone numbers, emails, things like that, the child's grade, all that jazz. That way you have a list of follow-ups instead of, I hope they're gonna call me.
You should never depend on mere chance that recruiting is going to just happen naturally. You need to stick your neck out if you want really good numbers. And speaking of, if you're going to focus on recruiting, one of your best options is to try to grow the lion and tiger years. Because if you can manage to get a den of 8 of lions and tigers, that is longevity for your pack. That is a chance to get true growth over the long term. Those kids haven't got conflicts with sports. They don't know what kind of after school activities there are. There's a lot of opportunity for them to catch the bug and just love the scouting program right from the start. So keep that in mind. You can focus on those lowest grades, get really good numbers. It'll help you over long years. All right, so Donna, do you have anything in terms of the numbers for our recruiting? Okay.
Recruit.
Yeah.
And let us know about, well, we have flyers here that Celia has been printing out. So this is one style, this is the new style for this year. We do have some scout flyers, but what we have is this portion in the back is empty, so we fill that out for you. We'll print that
However
out
you
for
want, you tell us what you want to do,
And we
we'll
got the
make
whole
it
back, whatever you guys want on the back. You know, Bob likes to have stickers made, and he's a sticker kid, so we'll do that too. The other thing we're gonna try to do when we have the Hawks night, we're gonna make George Thomas's Pokemon cards, but we have them in baseball style so that we can give those out to people with beascout.org on there. And I would say, you know, we have like the next 2 weeks, I think, are it, because we've got back to schools going on. West State is all on August 31st, and then Boise schools are kind of split up. So anyone who's a Boise or a West Ada school, if you have a lot of schools that you need to cover, you know, reach out to your scout parents, like the maybe they're like Celia would said, they're in a charter school that they could maybe cover at a school where there's, you know, parents going to, so they don't want to miss the back to school. Or ask the troops, you know, see if you have a partner troop that would cover for you at a back to school night. Call me and I will ask also our district board, see if anyone can help out. Yes.
What was the date for the potato days?
Oh, yeah, so, I don't have it on.
Yeah.
23rd of September.
23rd of September, write that down, that's an
Yeah.
opportunity.
So, a marketing opportunity that came our way, thank you, Celia, is a new event called Potato Days, and it's at Kleiner Park in Meridian. And, the organizers, used to do Pinewood Derby, so they thought it would be really cool if we would be there with our tracks, and we said, oh no, we've got like a track and we're gonna race potatoes. So the Idaho Potato Commission will be there, and they've donated a ton of potatoes. So we're gonna get some potatoes, we're gonna cut them in half, and we put wheels on there, and then we're gonna race. So that is a huge marketing event for us on that Saturday, and if anyone is available and would like to take a 3-hour shift, we'll be putting out information next week on that. So we really just need people to help with the racetrack, which is just let them go, and then talk about scouting. Whether it's Cub Scouting or Boy Scouting or venturing, we're in the community, and that's just gonna be super grand. And I know that a lot of people are out selling popcorn, so that's why we're gonna hit like our district committee and those who are not attached to the unit.
Speaking of in the community, also trying to get a group of packs together, groups welcome as well, for the Veterans Day Parade on November 4th. I know it's the same day as the first weekend of Scouting for Food. There is no rule that says that Scouting for Food hanger distribution has to happen in the morning.
Yeah.
Come to the parade with us in the morning.
And
March in
those-
the park.
Those flyers or the door hangers are here in the office, so whenever you guys wanna pick them up. But we're gonna start meeting on that next week to get that rolling, but Lyman will still be our contact, that you see on that sheet. Yeah, and so, I do have our list that I sent out to the PACs as far as which schools you're with, and, if you need more flyers, please let us know. Celia is a whiz at getting those done in one day. Just let us know how we can help. And then on the scout side, we have to be a little bit more creative, but I did get stickers made that say, I think it's Scout Me In. Did they say that? That's got the sun and they're hiking. So we'll have those for public events as well. But we want to be creative to help you guys out. Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
All right, speaking of the potato races and the Ringo to Regatta that's gonna happen on Potato Days, I just wanted to remind people that we finally have our patches for day camp from this summer.
Huzzah!
And we're going to. With that, I did want to have a chance to recognize a few people in the group. We have Hillary, who has joined us back from the first half of Wood Badge.
Who's on?
Yes, she is one of our scribes with the group. I'm working with her as a quartermaster, and we also have some participants in the group, including Brian Bishop. And let's see, do we have anyone else? All right, I think that's everyone at least in this group. But I wanted to recognize you. Thank you for being a part of the Wood Badge program. It's making a difference for everyone, so thank you again.
Can I have a song too?
What was that?
Who's on Matt for being on
It's
set?
not bad. Did you explain Wood Badge?
Oh, sure. So Wood Badge, if you have ever done leader position specific training, you are learning a lot of the basic skills and knowledge necessary to run a pack. You also have the, what is it? The OWLS is outdoor, thank you very much. So on the Boy Scouts, they have their own program knowledge that they built from that. Wood Badge is the premier program. This is where you get time to build teamwork with a group of people. You have an opportunity to learn conflict management, learn all sorts of leadership skills. If you've ever seen one of those $1,000 corporate retreats that happen, that's what we do, but it is condensed down to basically the cost of food. So if you can afford the meals for about 5 days, you are basically able to attend. And as of right now, the program is happening in September, this upcoming September. It's already available for sign up on our website. And it is, yes, thank you for that.
Double check that today.
Yes, and
Registration's out.
Yep, it's going to happen in mid-September over 2 weekends. So it'll be like the first Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then you'll have a week gap, and then it'll be Saturday, Sunday. So if you have an opportunity to schedule around that and go to become a participant for the first time, it will make a world of difference for you. I know a lot of people in here who have worn the plaid neckerchief or the dove gray neckerchief that looks kind of like a picnic table blanket. Both of those are symbolic of the Wood Badge program. And if you see Chuck in the back, he's wearing the dove gray.
Blog.
Mom. And Hillary is as well. And if you notice, she's wearing 3 beads. That means she's been on staff. So that's a big deal to be able to be on staff in the years following being a participant. So yes, go ahead.
What he didn't mention is you can get into, for the first time ever, Wood Badge registration for 2024 is almost open. It is open.
It is open.
Yeah, it's open. So if you haven't done Wood Badge, I went through in 16 because of him. And a few others, but it is the premier way to make scouting better. And in a culture of safety and where we're at, if you want to make, if you have any inkling to make scouting better, go to Wood Badge. Good to go. Get signed up now. Just do it. We need 30 participants by December 1st.
So the next course is September of 24.
August.
That's correct.
Is it September or?
Because we're in the middle of one now.
September.
Yeah.
So yes, it does kind of tie in with the beginning of the school year. I know that makes it tough for Cubs, but it is an excellent program and I wish I had gone earlier. There's also an additional program that we have been working with in Utah called Aquila's Council. And that is a Cub program centric program. And it is also great. It works well tied with Wood Badge. The things you're going to learn there are heavy on the Cub side, learning program. So if you are interested, please come to me or Bob Cooper. We both attended it and we both have intents of being on staff in the future. So if you're interested, please let us know.
So Wood Badge is shown as August 23rd for the first weekend and September 14th for the second.
Okay. Okay, so we'll go with that number. Thank you, Lee. Yeah, there's a bit of a gap.
The change, not the change.
I bet you, we'll see. I'm curious about that.
We will be the change, right? All right, so one other thing with Wood Badge, one other thing with Roundtable that I do want to ask is, are there any other challenges that your units may have or anything that we could bring up in our discussions? The curriculum that we talk about on a monthly basis it's good and all, but we want to know what kind of difficulties you might have or any questions that might crop up in the process of doing these discussions. And we're okay with sidelining topics if something comes up. So even if you don't have something today, keep that in the back of your mind for future Wood Badges. We are here to help solve your challenges.
Roundtables and Wood
Yes,
Badges.
yes. Good, thank you. I'll get that right. All right. So at this point, yeah, do we have any other ideas, concepts, save rounds, anything?
I have a weird specific question. Say our troop isn't gonna do popcorn, but we have members in the troop that want to participate in popcorn. Is that something that they could do?
Sure.
Yeah. Huzzah!
We'll take your money, absolutely.
That's the question.
Well, it's just easier to send both my children out. You know, I mean, I'll be with them too, but.
Yeah.
You know, he actually really enjoys selling popcorn.
You can do it on an individual.
Sure.
Okay.
That's,
As long as they're safe.
You just sign up as your unit and then they're the unit change.
And if you sign up tonight, you're going to go into a drawing.
Tell them what they can win, don't find But wait, there's more.
but yeah, there are some units that may not, at least on the troop level, that may not do a lot of fundraising because they think that the families are self-sufficient and able to fund as they go. Others are a little more motivated to help the families with that funding and make it so that camping is a little more easy. And so I strongly encourage any opportunity to do fundraising, even if the troop itself doesn't want to.
Question over here, man.
Yes.
I actually have input on that one that kind of really helped with our pack last year. We had goal setting and if they hit a certain goal, it was like a pyramid. You hit this goal, we're gonna do this. Hit this goal, we're gonna do that. And those kids, we did, the top one is, I think it was the tie-dye shirts. And you can make it very, very cost effective by you supply the shirt paints and instead of monotony and chaos of trying to make sure everybody has the right shirt, you tell the parents to go to Hobby Lobby and go get the craft shirts, which are anywhere from $3 and something to $5 and something. They're very cost effective. And they bring the shirts. We did that last year and the kids loved it. So that might be an interest.
Or our unit. The least expensive, but still very effective, fundraising goal. The top ranking den gets preferred VIP seating at kind of early. There's a whole section off. Fancy. Concepts.
So that bandwagon to also have a table of honor during blue and gold. So there are definitely options that you can do to celebrate their successes. Let's see.
I'm listening.
All right, well, I believe.
If I sell something real quick,
Absolutely, RD.
if you didn't get a camp t-shirt this year, we have some left over, so get with me and I know a guy that knows a guy, we can get you one.
Is it on the back of your truck or something like that?
And you can cash only, could be a thing like that, it's a cash only deal.
All right, so if we have no.
Hey, Matt,
Oh, yes, go ahead. Chuck.
for those that this is their first time at roundtable, might there be other people who, what is the goal of a roundtable in different groups? Are there groups designed for different people in a troop that might benefit from coming? So buddy up and bring a.
Yes, absolutely. So with Roundtable, what we try to do is have lesson plans that are specific to BSA Scouts, lesson plans that are available that are more beneficial to Cub Scouts. And then if we can get enough numbers, we may even have another breakout for venturing or even our one unit of Sea Scouts. So, but going forward, we're very likely going to have BSA breakouts and Cub breakouts. So those will have their own specific companies.
Chartered or reps,
Well, what was that?
teachers and chartered reps.
Well, yes, if you want any leadership or any parents who are interested in these programs, we are going to offer as much upfront knowledge as possible so that you can learn how to make a den doodle for your units, learn how to do STEM programs, how to do overnight camping for units that have never done it before. There's lots and lots of knowledge that would be provided during these, and whether you're a den leader or a unit leader, or even a parent who has no experience at all, coming to these and bringing a friend, this is a real opportunity to get some learning in over the span of just an hour, hour 15. So if you have people who you think would be a great leader, or someone who has been a leader but could be better, coming to the roundtable is a great chance, great opportunity. We want more people here. Yes, Bob.
And attending at least 4 roundtables is one of the requirements for the den leader training award.
This is true. This is absolutely true. There are incentives for attending multiple roundtables in the school year. So keep that in mind. If you want to get those fancy patches. That's what you need to do. So if you have, and here's a challenge for anyone who has been to roundtable, likes roundtable, wants to do more. We are going to provide a syllabus of what the PSA group is going to do and what the Cubs are going to do. And if you have an idea of something to contribute, of something that you could share as a skill, please bring it up. We would love to see what you can share. Because this is not just about us, this is about you. We want to make sure that everyone can grow from this program. And with that, yes, Lee.
So I'm gonna be the committee chair for Klondike for this next year, so we're 6 months out on that, it's about time to start having meetings. So if you would like to help out, be on the committee, please come see me after this. Give me your name so I can get you on the list and start getting meetings set up.
Lee, will you tell us what Klondike is
What is Klondike?
and what goes with it?
It's not just a Klondike bar.
As I've never said it, I don't have any idea what it's about.
What is?
So Klondike is in February. It's in conjunction with Snowcapades,
Cub Scouts,
No.
okay.
Cub Scouts Snowcapades. So if you're a Cub, you've got your own program and April's running that part of it. Still want to help out in the scout side because you're gonna jump up there eventually. I'd love to have you. But so Klondike, will be doing it up at the Whitewater Park. Kelly's Whitewater Park, thanks, up in Cascade, and we've done it there the last 2 years. And what it is it's kind of a patrol level competition. And there'll be about 12 to 15 different events. And the patrols will go around from event to event to event and they will compete at each one of those events. Things like fire building, knot tying, pioneering, and they tend to have, they have to have a sled to go to each one of those, preferably made by themselves in their unit. So you see a lot of interesting designs in the sleds. But it's just a lot of fun. They go out there and you've got scouts running everywhere doing these different things. And then we'll have a bunch of prizes for different, winning different events, winning overall, best troop, best patrol, all those different kinds of things. But it's Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, weekend, and the competition will be all day Saturday.
Our weekend stands, will come take part in Saturday stations.
I would love for the people of Dennis to come and, yes, start competing and start doing those scout skills. Please.
I know that this year, our pack is the only pack that brought Weeblos, and they were so upset they didn't have somebody to compete against, that they have declared that they're gonna compete against themselves and bring ends if nobody else comes.
Well, we will put out incentives for Weeblos to come, to try to entice them.
But they cannot camp overnight though.
Saturday day trip.
Okay, does somebody else have their hand raised back here?
I had the same question.
Okay.
Can I throw something out from a leader standpoint about Klondike? It's a great opportunity to show up with your unit. And camp the night before, and then the next day, the patrols are actually penalized if they have an adult helping them as they go along, so you say, go forth and do well, and I'll be over here by this fire. So it's a great opportunity for your troops and your units to kind of step out of the norm and do some things that they wouldn't normally do because you're not there to.
And the camp will put a hot lunch in it.
Camp will put a hot lunch,
Yes.
we'll pay for lunch, or we'll have lunch, it'll be part of your fee, and a patch. And if
It's a
it wasn't
great time.
obvious, there'll be 2 to 3 feet of snow. And it'll be cold, but it'll be a lot of fun. And then, so if you're not able to be on the committee, if you would like to be one of the people that helps run one of those competition sites, I do need names for that too. And if we have 15, I need at least 30 people, maybe 45 people, because it's nice to have 2 or 3 people at each station to be able to do testing. So patrols don't have to sit there and wait for a long time. So,
That's what you do when you're up there as a unit leader and so.
right, that's what the adults do. So I'll be talking this over the next 6 months, think about it, but in 6 months, I need like 50 adult helpers.
That's what I tell you.
Is there a date?
But it's usually the first weekend of February, but I don't wanna commit to that yet.
Okay, so no date yet.
Yeah, it'll be, I'll do after, I mean, so Chris Knight has led this the last couple of years. And Chris is on Wood Badge as you know, and he said, I will give you all that stuff when I'm done with Whitback. So sometime next week, I hope to get a download from him and then I can start figuring things out. Yeah, so, well, that was just yesterday, got the email from us. So I'll be able to, I was only being half facetious when I said I've never done this, so I don't know anything about it. I know about it from the troop and scoutmaster standpoint, but not from the planning standpoint. So I'll know more next week and therefore more next month.
Give it to me after, I'll throw somebody in the bus.
And jumping on this, Lee mentioned snow capades that will be coinciding with the Klondikes, so that's an opportunity for Cubs.
Same lunch.
Right, yep, the Cubs will be running their events parallel. They'll have a bunch of stations with activities. It is effectively a day camp, so if you're trying to find that opportunity to get your kids to get that CAC award for day camp.
But we would probably have more fun doing the actual competition.
I agree, and I honestly think they should get the credit regardless if they're president. Yes. So if you are looking for a chance for day camp, that's also a great opportunity. Yes, Steph.
I have another A word.
Okay.
Point of interest. In February, the council will also be doing Freeport Music Festival. We went last year in Kidford. What?
March?
Maybe March.
It may be March, end of February, March, but it's usually the end of
It's
February.
spring break.
Yeah.
March.
So it'll cold and rain usually. But we are in the early planning process that just went out Tuesday for planning for that. And by the way, that was a wood badge goal. And it became an event and now is continuing on. So when you go to wood badge, you create goals and you follow up on those goals. And that was one of them.
Thank you.
The wood will it be Scout Fort?
It'll be part of Kid Fort. We'll have the main entrance. And it's right next to main stage, which is an average of 20 to 25,000 people that walk by that. And so if you think about what we talk about scouting out there, doing good programs, showing good PR, that we need to show that we still exist and we're still there, that's why it's there.
We're looking to do that eventually, but right now we're just sticking at the Cub level with Kid Fort. And then eventually, hopefully, we hope to
Scout Fort.
build with them and have Scout Fort, which will actually be what the Scout Fair used to be, but it will be one of the forts of the entire fort system.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think we're a year or 2 years still out from that. We didn't want to jump that much after year one.
It was a learning process last year. We had to figure out what was going on.
It was cool.
Yeah, but it's partly why we now have a Mountain West Council pop-up, we have a booth, we have things like that we can use,
So I'm looking at the time right now. It's about 8:02 and
I have something quick though.
yes, of course.
Someone in the comments asked, is there a Steelhead Scout night this year?
Ooh, that's a great question.
And I am the one to answer that question.
Okay.
Because I'm a big Steelers fan and I'm the one in charge of that. So I'm gonna say yes. I'm still working on a meeting with them.
Do you need help with that? Because one of my very good friends is the general manager.
So see, I know a guy that knows a guy.
You too. I know you.
All right.
I'm in charge of that. It's gonna happen because I'm probably gonna be at most home games. So
Excellent. We have a tentative hockey night for scouts. That's fantastic.
it will happen. I'll make sure it's in the newsletter. Yeah. When it's
Thank you.
done by.
His wife's in the insurance business.
All right, so we are past our normal time. I want to make sure that we respect everyone's time and not get out of here way too past 8 o'clock. So I want to thank everyone for coming. Please bring a friend next time. We're gonna have a lot of fun this year. Thank you.
This time for
Let's
Perhaps a quicker bit.
So do I.
My whole time. Give me one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have my card.
I don't.
That was my first round table. Either I need to go to scouts. I have legal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. And most of them.
Cousin or something. Well, just did the DNA, we'll see what happens.
My mom. Yeah, that can make it.
Yeah, but I can
Hear her.
myself to tell her. I know you're right.
Yes. I used to. When
It was officially.
got him real crazy.
Okay. Yes. So. Saved. People like, yeah. Yeah. But as far as I know, it's. Yeah.
So. Sure.
You know.
Exactly game when
Maybe I'll.
first time in human history, both teams. Clearing. Stutter and stuff. I knew the defense. So he was like, I'm looking at Eric in the Utah series. And they stopped the game. Sure. So we're not. And that was a yeah, I was the guy that was. So watching back, so I do never. Oh, yeah.
But I couldn't. Do you know that the outreach program get old?
That was a story. All I'm gonna do is do the intro. Guys wanna do something on the education.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sure he's happy to. My guess is hard to. So, what a good time, Mike. Yeah, I was actually involved with, going into the classroom. He was done for, and it's great. Yeah, they're highest is tiny. That's why I'm saying they probably want to come because it's literally up in the hotel.
Yeah.
And they have this little back room, sort of a corner thing. Walk in there, you're looking like something's pretty killed. When you're like body back there, so my was there. Did a thing, used to do kindergarten. Oh, you guys really. These kids have all been talking to me, they're just talking about me, so. You're done, I'll leave the intro, they got it. I don't get that. Absolutely, everybody goes, yeah, they're standing there, more empty. So. Yeah. Nice. No, everybody's really happy.
Sort of.
I'm probably a fish in your car, by the way.
Oh, really?
You want
I
me?
will. You're
I had it out. Just get it out. No. When you get back. You see it.
It's coming. Agreed.
You can, it's like everything. But
That's how many we have.
Am I supposed to do this?